Happy Thanksgiving, Ticka.
Happy Thanksgiving to you too, Ferr. All I can say is,
come on over, come on over. Yes, it is, and welcome to a special Ferr and Ticka Show, Thanksgiving.
I should have worn sunglasses.
And today we're just going to talk about what we're thankful for. So, well,
I feel
go
ridiculous.
first.
This is ridiculous.
All right, go first.
A couple of turkeys. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Yeah. We even got the cup.
Yeah, we even got Thanksgiving classes.
This is our Thanksgiving special. It's Steve's idea to do this, and anything to do with show, and anything for show business, obviously.
So we're going to talk about things that we're thankful for. So I'll start it right off. Well, you know what? I'm thankful for music. Because I think music is universal, the old cliche. The world is a big cliche, by the way.
That's a good one.
Music is one thing that everyone understands, and music is the one thing, when you think about it.
Nobody's going to take anything we say seriously.
Well,
that's probably good. That's
it's
probably
one
good.
thing that brings people together. Not religion, not family, not...
Amen to that.
Amen.
I totally agree with you.
I say
that's
music.
very special to me, too. I know it's special to you, but it is... Go ahead. You're expounding very...
Nope, I'm
very
done.
well. That's a good one. I can't top it, but
speaking of Thanksgiving, you know what?
Can I do one? No, you do one. No, go ahead. Break your train of thought.
Holidays. Everyone. I like holidays. You know why?
Why?
Because I think they're like a crutch. I think it's one day. I don't care if it's Memorial Day, 4th of July.
You like a crutch?
Thanksgiving. It's a day you can just use as a crutch to be happy that day.
Yeah, okay.
You know,
all right. Two things I can't argue. All right.
Or to give.
I'm Mr. Cynical. He's breaking down my cynicism.
I like holidays.
I was going to say holidays. I know it's my special thing because I always think of it as, some made-up time to be. We got to be happy today. Well, why can't you do this every other day? Why can't we?
That's why we have holidays.
All right. I'm not going to argue the point of that, but
I'm not going to get into it. I only see you at holidays, and but you know what? So what? You still saw the person. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Happy here, Mr. Happy. We're going to have a turkey on his head. I'm not going to argue with him.
Your turn.
My turn. All right. I was thinking of the whole thing of being thankful, and I came up with a lot of things that, obviously you're thankful for your family and your friends and things like that. That's an obvious thing. But other things, I couldn't really think of anything. And Joanne was saying, what about this? What about thankful that you have a nice place to live? And I said, wait a minute. I don't want to thank. That's something I work for. So everything I came up with, or she came up with, was, wait a minute. I put into your health. Well, I take care of myself, but there is some luck involved in whatever you believe out there that helps you along in your life, and that's fine. I'm thankful that somebody's taking care of me, looking over me, and but most of the stuff I was trying to be thankful for were things that I've done stuff, or I think most people have earned. So I'm not thankful for things that I can have control of. I'm trying to be thankful for things that you really can't control.
Tell me one.
I'll give you one. One for me, and I think about it daily. And it's a personal thing from an accident I had many years ago. I'm able to walk. I came this close. I wasn't able to walk because of an accident for a couple of months, and literally came this close.
What year was that, Ticka?
1980. But I came this close to not ever walking again. In fact, the doctor said he told my wife he'll never walk again. And I'm not saying anything I did or anybody else did. The doctor knew what he was doing. I'm thankful for it every day. I walk the dog every day. I stand up. There isn't a day go by where it doesn't, imagine that I can just actually walk. And I think about it. So
you should be. Yeah,
that's my biggest one.
That's good. I'm thankful for last Thursdays.
Well, that's one of the things I was talking about.
Several months ago.
You did something about that. You organized that.
Well, a year ago or 2 years ago. I mean, there's a group of us that grew up together. We're childhood sweethearts. And one day we said, well, why don't we do this on a monthly basis? And that way we do it. So we meet the last Thursday of every month, and there's usually 7 of us that are the core. And you know what? I strongly...
It's one of the best things that I think we've done, and we were a big part of it. And everybody else is a part of it.
We have such a great time, and I highly recommend it. You know what? If it's one friend, you know what? Give that person a call and say, look, how about we get together the last
Thursday, like we did.
the last Wednesday, or the first Wednesday, or the
And
first
you play
Tuesday.
cards or whatever you want to do.
Whatever day it
But
is.
make it easy. Like we made it easy.
We do the last Thursday because we'll Chinch off on Thursday. It's important for him.
You try to make it accommodate most everybody in the group. You're never going to accommodate everybody.
That's
Some
right.
people come in and out. The other good thing about that this last Thursday, we'll get off on a thankful thing, but it's something where we brought in other people who we didn't start as the original friends. Most of these guys we all grew up with, obviously. We've talked about this before. But we've had other people, hey, it's somebody else that knew somebody else, and they bring them by, and they maybe once, maybe twice, maybe they become every once in a while. And I think that's cool, too, that they're able to, there's no attendance, there's no dues, you don't have to join anything. But
if you miss like once or twice in a row, I do get on him.
Yeah, he is more formal about this thing.
I do.
And God help if you start going to a place like we've had recently where the restaurant or whatever you pick to go to changes. We're old men. We're not doing changes. We went to 72 different restaurants, and I got a feeling they didn't want us back at the place because he said calling, and all of a sudden we're booked tonight. We're not there. And all of a sudden they're out of business. I said maybe they didn't want us there, but we went for the summer trying to fly in a couple of places.
It was
there
good.
once a month.
But we always met though, and we still do it, and we still do it.
We're back at the old place.
So I hope one of you take my advice or my suggestion.
You know what, on that same vein, another thing, and I've used that same thing, and I think that's one of the more important things going forward in my life, that I used to say, I don't want to see my friends anymore at weddings because those are all done, most of them. You start seeing people at funerals, and that's what I thought of. Why don't we do something? We don't play basketball. We're still together, but it works. It definitely works. I'm doing the same thing, and I have my sisters. They know who they are. They're my sisters. They're all over the state. I mean, they're all over the country. And I just recently, we haven't done it yet, and I'll let you know how it works out. I can't do the same thing, but I was thinking about it, doing this with them. How much am I going to do it? They can't meet. So I figured out technically, why don't we go and do something on Facebook or on Skype where we all have a conference call once a month, and we're going to try it out. I'll let you know how it works out. We're going to try it out at the end of the month.
Great idea.
But it was on the same vein of this. I don't, what happened to so-and-so, what happened to so, why don't we, instead of some people that know what's going on because they talk to other people, why don't we just I only got 3 other sisters, so there's 4 of us, so it will work, hopefully. The technical part we'll have to figure out. We'll do it whenever, a Monday night, once a month, nothing formal, that way we're not surprised when something comes up, or we don't talk to each other for 6 months. Anyway,
I had Skype down here, so you hit that on the head. I'm thankful for Skype. I'm able to talk to my grandchildren from Alabama to
that's a wonderful thing, the technology to be able to do all
Baltimore,
that stuff.
Massachusetts, and so Skype is another nice thing. You know what? I'm really, really grateful for the Beatles.
We like the music again.
Well,
It's a music-oriented show.
They started for me. They actually started. It was the first album I bought, and
I think we talked about it before. Was that the first? I can remember the first time that music.
Well, actually, Larry Marandola bought it. So Larry was a childhood friend of ours. Unfortunately, we left him at an very early age, around 30-ish.
Yeah.
And Larry was the only child, and he had everything. Anyway, he bought the first Beatle record. I went over his house. I sang. He played his drums.
So is that your first introduction into music? I'll tell you, for instance, mine. And I don't remember what year it was.
That was my first.
I can remember this. I've said this story many times. I remember walking through in Westcott Avenue, walking through on a sunny afternoon or morning, whatever it was, walking through the kitchen, little AM radios on the car, and I'm going out to play baseball, going to sit in the backyard. I don't remember even how old I was. You'd have to look up the song. But I can remember to this day, listening to it, all of a sudden, it's something on the radio, and I'm walking by, I said, "You ain't nothing but a hound dog," and I turned around and said, "Wow, that's something different I've never heard before." No. And all of a sudden, from then on, I was interested in music.
What else?
It's something as I was listening to a comedian the other night talking about how wonderful it is to be where you are, and people take it for granted. Just being on this planet, in this place, at this time. You could have been, you could be anywhere in space. You could be sitting on the moon, you'd be dead. You could be somewhere else, for instance, on this planet, a different place. You could be in Egypt,
nice. in
Egypt.
Yeah,
and all of a sudden, what are you in Egypt? You're going to build that pyramid. So your life is hauling all those rocks. That's what people did for hundreds of years.
Yeah.
Generations, and all they did was haul that rock. So what kind of life is that? I could have been born then. But you could have been born right now in India.
I could have been born in Rod Stewart.
Yeah, well, you're thinking higher up. I'm thinking, I also been born in Vietnam in a rice paddy, and a bomb drops on me. The mankind, we're in the best I always think the best part, who knows what the future's going to be, the best part of the best place. You're in one of the best countries ever, in the best place, in the best time.
That's a good one. I like that. I'm thankful.
That's a worldwide.
I'm thankful for Dr. Singh. Dr. Singh is the heart surgeon that did my cardiologist.
Yeah, we're healthy guy. Good
He did my quadruple bypass about 8 years ago.
I forgot you had that. You know that? You mentioned that?
Quadruple. And I was a sick puppy.
He's eating all them burgers and what that on? Do you take care of yourself now?
I like to think I like to think of sex, drugs, and rock and roll. But anyway, he's retired now, and who knows? Maybe he'll see
The guy that did my neck is
Dr.
dead.
Singh, thank you, sir.
Well, the guy that did my neck is dead, so he was never a nice guy. Joanne hated him because he would never did anything. I said, Joanne, he did one thing. He walked in and went like that, and I could walk. So I don't know, his bedside manner, I could care less.
Right. You know what? I'm grateful right now for being in the 60s, living. I'm 60 plus, and I'm okay with it.
I'm in the best time of my life right now.
Yeah, I
mean, I'd like to be a little more spry.
I like to be a little square.
I wake up in the morning and thank God I don't have to go to work and I got friends to visit and things to do.
Yeah, I like being
more creative now.
60s. Yeah, I like.
Well, we're having fun, obviously, with turkeys on our heads.
You know what?
Do I have to wear this the whole show?
Yeah, you know what I'm thankful for, and I mean this sincerely. It's up there, not the top, of course, because there's other things. I am so thankful when I hear a good song on the radio.
Well, back to music again.
I think radio's dead. I mean, radio is dead. I can't remember the last time I heard a good song on the radio.
So do you listen to the radio? You put music in your car?
I very, very seldom have the radio on because I used to have satellite, Sirius, but I no longer have it. So but once in a blue moon, I put it on, and sure enough, I hear "Sweet Home Alabama," and I hear,
the same old crap.
So anyway,
so you like radio? You should have a radio station.
I don't. I still listen to CDs. So anyway,
CDs. You should listen to. I think you have the albums. That's right. You got CDs too.
Yeah. So what else you got?
I got nothing else.
You know what I will.
Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday.
Well,
they bring up holidays, Thanksgiving. The rest of them, I'd like to celebrate. We have Veterans Day coming up, and they're celebrating the veterans, and certain people deserve it. But a lot of the other holidays.
We did a show last Veterans Day.
We did.
I think we did. It was a Flag Day.
I don't know, but Veterans Day is coming up. Well, this is our Thanksgiving show, but we're doing it a little early.
I'm thankful. Thank you for bringing it up. I'm thankful for the veterans. My son. Andrew is a veteran, and my son James, is also I forgot him, a veteran.
Yeah, so, those are people that do something for everybody here, and there's people. One of my favorite things, I ride my bike,
and I'm forgetting something
where I live. One of my favorite things, speaking of veterans, is I go down to the cemetery. It's one of my favorite places. I don't know why. I'm not a particularly military guy. My father was a veteran. I know people. There isn't a place I can't go in there that I don't know somebody there, but it's just a nice place. I ride my bike through there. It's just a little place to sit and think about that once in a while.
Yep. Right. Speaking of kids, whenever I get a phone call, I'm sure you get one from Kayla. Well, when I get a phone call from one of my kids, boy, I'm grateful for that. Because that's a little thing, but they got busy lives. They're busy, and
should be a little connection. Mom and dad are still there, whatever.
It's nice
crossing up things.
It's nice that it's nice that they think of dad and call him up.
Keep going. You're on a roll.
Yep. Thank you. I'm still grateful for concerts. Back to music. We go.
But that's you have to be grateful for that. I'm grateful for that. I guess the argument is that's something we organize. It's not like something somebody gave us. You work for that. We put.
Yeah, but I'm still grateful that we do it, Joe. Because sometimes with people, once you hit a certain age, they stop buying records. They stop listening.
They stop doing things.
They stop doing what they did. One of the things, when you stop doing what you did when you were a kid, not everything, of course, but
you're lazy.
You got old.
You got more reasons not to do anything than you do to do.
You know what I'm thankful for?
What?
Our childhood.
If we know then the memories we were creating, and
we had a wonderful childhood. Yeah, we literally played basketball, football, baseball, because that's what basically what it was, together, right?
And we had a neighborhood, and I think of this all the time. I do think of this all the time. The fact that I could walk out my door and go to down the street. I could walk a block away and go to a store. I could get my hair cut, something to eat, a meat market, ice cream, and then I could walk to school. That was another block away. Then if I want to play baseball or basketball, there's a basketball court another block away. Then I could say, well, I'm going to spend some time in the woods and hang out, build a fort or whatever. Then the woods are right there. Then I could walk another 15 minutes in a baseball field. It was like somebody built Disneyland for me as a kid. I had everything I wanted within a short. I had friends. That was the last thing. I had friends to share with.
Great bunch of guys, and we did things.
All the kids that we knew that lived in that small. We're talking about a mile square area. Not kidding. A mile square area, Manton Avenue, Chalkstone near the Johnson line, and we're talking about I don't know 30, 40, 50 kids all within a year of each other.
Yeah.
And there were some that were older, a few had brothers that, 2 or 3 years older. There's another 15. There was a lot of kids born at that time, all in the same area. We would have a baseball game, I don't know, how did we do, we'd have a baseball game on Saturday, a baseball game. A baseball game that would last from 9 in the morning till 9 at night. And we wouldn't go home for lunch. Well, some of us would. That's another story. But we would play 3 or 4 games, and we'd have almost a full 9 on each side. Most of the time it was 8, and we had to switch because he was a left-hander. But we would have enough people to play many people. How did we call each other up? I don't remember calling you. We just show up.
We just showed up. Same thing with basketball.
There was no texting. There was no Facebook.
Show up at St. Thomas, and
we barely had enough gloves and a ball and a bat. A bat break, the game would be done.
I'm thankful for it.
And we had a ball. There wasn't a lot you had to do. You had some sneakers and a basketball or a bat and some gloves. We had a lot of games.
Mm-hmm. And I'm thankful. Obviously, my family is they're wonderful to me, and I'm grateful for that. I have a spouse that is hard working, and then come home and then works extra hard in the house, and everything is attended to. So I'm really grateful for that.
Thank God I have someone that loves me that's put up with me all these years. Thank you, Joanne.
We're dropping names now.
Well, you're the one that's brought in. Everybody knows who I am.
We live in the ocean state, of course, and one of my least enjoyable things is going to the beach. I never.
That's one of my favorite things, and you never. I remember seeing you one time down at Scarborough. This is when we were in our 20s. We hadn't seen each other in a while and whatnot. And I'm walking down the boardwalk, and I didn't go back. We were young. He was never a beach guy. I'm walking down. I don't know where he was, and all of a sudden there's Steve standing at the railing at what do you call it? At Scarborough. I said, "What the hell are you?" He had this look on his face like he was miserable.
Oh, I don't know why I was there. I don't remember that. but I'm grateful for. I have a swimming pool.
There you go. You put the beach in your backyard.
Pools. I love pools. You got a pool.
I'm an ocean guy. You're a pool guy.
Yeah, give me a pool, Andy. So I'm grateful and I'm blessed to have a pool. So
we're going a little long here. Is this going to be a 2-part show?
No, 1 part.
1 part. We're going to be 20-minute show. This is going to be our longest show.
Well, it's worth it. All right.
It's worth it.
Anything else? Real quick. I'm happy that I live on my street. I've been here for over 30-something years. People are beautiful and friendly. If I mentioned why not, I don't mean to go back to them, but I'm really grateful for Bob Dylan. You know what? The last couple things he put out, but you know what? The guy still does it. He's a.
Is he still? I haven't heard him in a while. He was kind of losing it last. I don't know.
That's stupid.
What? What do you mean that's stupid? He's never been a great voice.
I disagree.
We're going to argue. We're going to take this to the next.
No, I disagree.
He's a great songwriter.
A great voice is not someone who sings like Paparazzi or Frank Sinatra.
He's got a different voice.
A great voice is someone that gets
their
message.
Rogers.
That gets
No, we're going to be on for another 20 minutes. Let's wrap it up here in 20 minutes. Come on.
What else are you happy for?
No, that's it. You keep going and we're going to wrap it up here.
All right, I'm happy for my friend Ticka.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. Come on. Okay. Happy Thanksgiving, folks.
Happy Thanksgiving.
We all attribute you want the heck with it.
Yeah.
Enjoy your friends and family and be thankful.
Come on over.